The following is content for adult collectors. This content is not intended for children.
My boy Money has thrown down the gauntlet, and we're here to answer the challenge. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back to G-Boat's Pop Vinyl. It has been a while. We've been starving for content just like everybody else in these times. It's just been tough. But my boy, Money Funko, has put down the gauntlet to everybody. He has issued the Money's Funko Quarantine Challenge, and we are here to answer it today, right here on G-Boat's Pop Vinyl. So, if you don't know what it is yet, Money has put out the call to Funko collectors around the world to issue his challenge, to answer some questions, get to know, so your fans can get to know you on your channel better, but also to just wide out to the community so that everybody knows what's going on. We can all talk, we can all build this community that we've already built together. So Money from, of course, the Funko Collector Society. Where'd my badge go? Right here. He is familiar. And so here I am, Money, to answer your challenge today. So let us get right to it with question number one. What is your favorite Funko line to collect? I think it's safe to say my favorite line is Pops. Pops is, of course, the majority of our collection. We love to collect Pops here. We do also have some vinyl, a little bit of mystery minis, a couple Pop Pez and stuff like that. But our favorite line to collect is, of course, the Pop line, because there's just so much, and it's so, the variety is just so wide and so vast that is, of course, our favorite line to collect. Pops. Number two, if you could only pick one franchise to collect, what would it be and why? And if you have been to the channel before, you know my love is Star Wars and Power Rangers, but Star Wars is my first love. And the reason why I would collect Star Wars over anything else is because of just what Star Wars means to me, personally, on a personal level. When I was about 5 years old, I was admitted to the hospital because that's what happened in 1983. Yes, 1983. I was 5 years old in 1983. I am old. I had pneumonia, so I was sent to the hospital. I was there for a couple weeks. But during those couple weeks, the world television premiere of Star Wars was on television. And I had no idea. I didn't know anything about it. I was 5 years old. I knew nothing about this Star Wars. But they let all us kids in the children's ward stay up and watch Star Wars. And it was the first time I ever saw Star Wars. And my mind was just boom. Like, I'd never seen anything like it. It was in there, ingrained in me forever. So Star Wars will always be my number one fan franchise ever. And if I had to sell all the Pops, I would sell everything but my giant Star Wars collection over here. I would not sell my Star Wars Pops at all. Question number three. How far have I traveled to purchase a Pop? That's pretty easy. I've only gone about 95 kilometers over to Toronto. It is the closest giant city to me. I live in a big city, but Toronto is a metropolitan. But that was just to go to the Funko booth back in 2018 at Fan Expo Canada. I always buy Pops when I'm at Fan Expo, but that year was specifically, I had to be there. I had to go to the Funko booth. I had to get the stuff that year. And I did, and it was great. And Funko, please come back. If we ever have cons again on this planet, who knows with what's going on. But that's the farthest. 95 kilometers is the farthest I have traveled to go buy Funko Pops. Hoping to change that this year. Kind of want to get down into like the Buffalo, Niagara area, maybe even down to Detroit with a friend of mine to do some pop shopping across the border to some of the places we can't get here. Because, you know, I think that would be a bit fun. Number 4, what is the earliest you have gotten up for a release? And it was 6 a.m. It was 6 a.m. for me. I'm not sure what the release was. But I got up at 6 a.m. because I needed to beat the old people to the Hot Topic. There's an old couple in our city that always seem to be the first in line for these things. But I decided to get up earlier, and I made it to the mall. I was there 2 hours before that Hot Topic opened. Nobody showed up for at least an hour. So I was by myself in that line. I was first in line, and they were pissed. Those old people were pissed. Boats did it again like weeks later, and they complained again because they were not first in line. They think they deserve to be first in line every time. And I say no. No to them. Number 5, who is my favorite retailer in-store and online? And this has changed, especially for in-store. So in-store, my favorite retailer was always Hot Topic. I loved Hot Topic. They had great release. They had great exclusives. You can't beat, up here in Canada, it's 3 for $33. I know it's 3 for $27 down in the States, but here is 3 for $33. You cannot beat that price for common pops up here in Canada because pops here are about $13, $14 for commons here. But that has changed recently, and even though I'm paying a little bit more, Toys R Us is the new king of pops in Canada because they are getting everybody's exclusives. Everybody's. They're getting Walgreens, they're getting Targets, they're getting Entertainment Earth, they're getting EB Games. There's an EB Games half a block away from our Toys R Us and across the street from our Toys R Us too. And they're getting their exclusives. Now, they do, of course, have the International Special Edition sticker, but that doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't matter to me. The stickers don't matter. I can get the pops that I want from the retailers we don't normally get up here, and that is why Toys R Us is my favorite in-store pop retailer right now. And online, of course, as you all know, if you've seen the channel, my favorite online retailer is, of course, my boys K-Dog and Fish. K-Dog and Fish, they're my favorite online retailer. I don't think that's ever going to change. I love those guys. I've talked with Fish a couple times on the phone. They're great guys up there in Bracebridge, Ontario. If you're ever in Bracebridge, Ontario, go check out their store on weekends. You know, after all this is over and they're able to actually have people in their store again. But they are currently still taking orders online and shipping to you. So make sure you hit up kdogandfish.com for all your online needs for here in Canada. So they are, of course, my favorite online retailer. Next up, who is my fave Funko YouTuber? It's me. No, as much as I'd like to say me, my favorite online, I guess everything's online. My favorite Funko YouTuber is fellow Canadian Tristan at Top Pops. I love Tristan at Top Pops. I met Tristan this past summer at Fan Expo Canada. And of course, Top Vinyl, his mom. They were great. I love them. They're fantastic. They're really, really nice. I talked to him for about 5 or 10 minutes. It was good to meet Tristan. Definitely gonna want to meet up with him again. Would love to do some sort of collaboration with Tristan at some point. Tristan, if you're out here, listen, love to do something with you sometime, whether it's a live stream or something. Love to talk to you about Funko Pop. So Tristan at Top Pops is, of course, my favorite YouTuber. And a lot of it has to do with he's Canadian like me. And we're Canadians. We're perfect. Okay, and question number 7. Do you use PPG or the Funko app? And for me personally, it's both. I use both. If I'm selling stuff, I will use PPG. I will also use PPG for stuff that's still not on the Funko app. Like I have the complete set of Power Rangers plush heroes from Funko, and they're not in the app yet, and they haven't been added yet, but they're on PPG, so I can add them to my collection and stuff there. So a lot of the stuff that still isn't on the app is on PPG, so I can keep better track of that. But if I'm just searching for stuff, I want to know like a ballpark of what something is worth and stuff, I will use the Funko app. And I use the Funko app a lot also when I'm out and about at cons and stuff to see if I've got something all right. Because, you know, when your collection gets to be 650 plus, you can't remember every single pop that's in your collection. So I like to use the Funko app for tracking when I'm out buying stuff, to make sure I don't have it, or to make sure I'm kind of getting a fair price. Now we are into question number 8, and question number 8 is, which pop is worth the least in my collection? And so I went to the Funko app for this, used the Funko app for these next few, and the least valuable pop in my collection is from Solo, a Star Wars story. It comes in at $6 Canadian. It is Val. I like the pop. I'm a Star Wars guy, so I'm gonna love Star Wars guys. I didn't like how she was used in the movie. She's great on Westworld. Cannot remember. She's great on Westworld. She was good in Solo, but I didn't like what they did with her character. It was just not something I liked. But this is worth $6. It is the least valuable pop in my collection. Question number 9 is, what pop is worth the most in your collection? And you guys have seen this before if you follow me on Instagram, because we are tracking the price of this one, because it is going ridiculously up. Because 2-3 months ago, it was sitting at $30. It was a $30 pop, and this is just for the con shared. This is shared. This isn't con sticker. This is the shared sticker. And currently sitting at $182 Canadian. It is the 2018 Fall Convention exclusive Captain Rex. There we go. It's nice minty Captain Rex in a Ultra Pro hard stack, which is my preferred hard stack. I know a lot of people are jumping on those new ones from $7 a pop. I don't have them yet, so I don't know the thing, but of the ones we can get here in Canada, right now, easily the Ultra Pros and the Pop Stacks. These ones are much better than the Funko stacks. But this is, of course, 182 Canadian. The ConNet one is now over 200 Canadian. But can't complain. This is a great, great pop. I love it. And I'm excited to see this one, where it goes. And if maybe after Clone Wars is done, does this drop back down? I hope not. Or at least not that far. Next up is my favorite flocked pop in my collection. Now, I do have a fair amount of flocked pops. If you are taking this challenge and you do not have a flocked pop, just show us a pop that you really, really like in your collection. Can be glow in the dark, can be chase, can be diamond collection. It can be whatever. Just show us something. But if you have a flocked pop, of course, this is number 10, and it is your favorite flocked pop in collection. And this one pertains to something we talked about earlier. This is one of my personal faves in my collection, and this is from Fan Expo Canada 2018. It is the flocked Snowy Bigfoot with con sticker. This is actually the second most expensive pop in my collection as well, but I love this pop. This is great. I love the ice cream cone, and the flocking on him is just utterly fantastic. This is my only Bigfoot. Wish I had the other ones, but I can't afford the other big ones because they are Bigfoots, because they're a little bit up there in price. But yeah, my favorite flocked pop in my collection of all my flocked. Honorable mention to my flocked Panda Pool. It is a great pop, but doesn't beat flocked Bigfoot. Okay, question number 11. What is the coolest mold in your collection? What pop just has the best mold in your collection. And for me, it was a no-brainer. It was an absolute no-brainer. And it was the 10-inch Target exclusive Dino Ultra Zord. This pop is just, it is everything. Like, you got the Dinozord head, of course, on top of the Megazord head, and they are in Titanus, of course, and you can see in the Megazord body the Dino Ultra Zord in there. This is just, you got the chain here of the Dino Ultra Zord controlling Titanus. It's just a great pop, and it's nice and weighty and stuff. I love this pop. This is gotta be the best mold in my collection. I love this pop. This is great. Took me forever to find this one up here in Canada. But I love it. Number 12. What pop in your collection has room for improvement? And I'm going to show you how this pop can be improved, because I did it. And it's one of my favorite pops in my collection. I really, really, really do love this pop. And the one that I feel could be room for improvement is my Gritty. NHL mascot, number 1, Gritty. It's a good pop. It's Gritty. We love Gritty here. We're big fans of Gritty, even though we are not Flyers fans. But his eyes, look at that. I know they're pop eyes, but they have made eyes look very similar to what characters before. For example, the yellow eyes on Sith Anakin Skywalker, the yellow eyes on the Darth Maul pops. They can do different colored eyes. The problem is, Gritty has like googly eyes, like on a googly eyes thing. So they need to improve it. But like I said, I already have, because I have another Gritty. I have 2, and I made my custom Gritty with googly eyes. And that's how Gritty should look. Like, look at this. That is Gritty. That's how Gritty should look. Funko. Googly eye exclusive. You got Flocked. You got Glow in the Dark. You have Diamond. Googly eyes. You heard it here, folks. Googly eyes. Okay, now up is my least favorite pop in my collection, and you know, it is this one from Monster Hunter. I got this in a mystery box at Fan Expo. It was a lame mystery box. There was not a lot in it that I actually liked. In fact, there might have been one thing that was like 12 pops in it, but there was one I liked, and it is, because I've never played the game, but I don't know, whatever. Least favorite pop in my collection is from a Monster Hunter. It is Feline. Meh. Okay. So here we are. We are at the last question, and this one is super, super hard. Because the last question is, what is your all-time favorite pop in your collection? And I don't know if I can pick one. I don't know if I can pick just one favorite pop, because I love so many of the pops in my collection. So it's hard, because I love my Bob Ross chase. I love my Gretzky chase. I love my first appearance Superman. I love all my Star Wars pops. Like, it's just, I can't pick just one all-time pop. So what I'm going to do is, because I can't pick an all-time favorite pop, I am going to show you my very first pop ever. So here it is. This is my very first ever pop, and this came through the very first ever Loot Crate subscription box I got, and it is the glow-in-the-dark Groot. The hand glows in the dark, but from Guardians of the Galaxy, one is the Loot Crate exclusive glow-in-the-dark Groot. This is my very first pop ever, because like I said, I love so many of my pops that I cannot pick just one. So there we go. That is all the questions. Now the final thing of Monkey's Funko Quarantine Challenges, I need to challenge 3 people. So here we go. Here are my 3 challenges. I am challenging Tristan at Top Pops, K-Dog and Fish, and Chris and Heather at the Gasslecast. You have been officially challenged. K-Dog and Fish, Tristan at Top Pops, Heather and Chris at the Gasslecast. You are on the clock for Money's Funko Quarantine Challenge. And then, of course, as always, ladies and gentlemen, keep it pop.